Hello everybody, hope you're doing fantastic. Well, it is Connor here, and Leeds United have signed Dan James on a long-term deal. I'm absolutely buzzing with this one. I think the winger addition was a necessity. It looks like Helder Costa potentially could be leaving to go to sunny Spain. Will he return again? Who knows? But Dan James is the news on my lips and every other Leeds fan's lips this afternoon. Was it going to happen? We saw the pictures of Victor Orta last night. We saw the images of Dan James last night in Ellen Road, and obviously he was getting the Leeds fans were videoing him and all this sort of stuff, and it looked great. But you're still thinking, is it going to happen because of the saga, the trauma, the turmoil we've been through before? But it looks like Leeds have got their man. Absolutely, as I say at the start, really happy with this one. I think he's going to give something very, very different to Leeds United. I'm going to do a video on what I think he's going to offer Leeds United, but in general, pace, a lot of dynamism on the wings. He's going to be fluid as well. I think going behind the man, the fullbacks is going to be something that Leeds United are going to deploy. Are we going to do stuff in games which is going to be a little bit different? Something that we did at the back end of last year when Leeds would sit in a little bit. But sometimes we would struggle to hit teams on the break just because of the raw pace. But now we have Dan James, that raw pace. There's an answer there, isn't there? Leeds are going to be able to do that. Is Bielsa going to change things up? Are we going to be able to, as I've just said, sit in and then hit teams on the counter-attack and then punish teams? Are we going to see it against Liverpool? Who knows, 2 weeks' time? Is it going to be enough for Dan James to bed in? But yeah, listen, with Costa going out the other way, it looks like we're improving quality in depth. And the key thing to understand here, guys, as well, is it's in reverse effect, isn't it? It looks like Dan James was Leeds' original target. 2019, January 2019, Leeds went in for that. It didn't work out. Then later on, we got Helder Costa in. You felt that it was a contingency plan. You felt that it was a little bit of a backup plan to Daniel James. But it seems to have switched all the way back around again. It looks like Helder could be going and Dan James is in. But listen, the big thing that Leeds fans need to take away from this is Marcelo Bielsa sanctions all of the transfer dealings. He has a massive say in the valuations with everything that Leeds go for. Everything that Leeds have a say in. Look at Lewis O'Brien as a key instance, a key example of Marcelo not believing that he's worth that sort of money. And that's 4 million up. You know, that's 8 million. He doesn't feel that he's worth that valuation. On the long list, there was players like Matheus Cunha in this window. Last summer, there was Rodrigo de Paul. Bielsa didn't feel that those players were worth that valuation. But for Dan James, for 3 years, it felt like Marcelo has been chasing him, genuinely. Any opportunity that's come up, look at the pace of this transfer. Ronaldo comes in last week, Wednesday, Thursday. It's only been confirmed today. Really, by the club, you know, they announced it, I think, on Friday, etc., etc. But Leeds didn't know. We didn't know the formalities of the deal. But now, Leeds have acted in such a quick way. Orta's definitely gone to him and gone, Dan James, we can do it. Bielsa's gone 100%. They've agreed on the sort of valuation, what they think. Yes, go do it, Victor. Marcelo, you okay with it? 100%. I've looked at the valuation. I believe in this player. I've wanted this player for 3 years now. Let's get it done. The question is, where's he going to play? Is he going to come off the bench? Is he going to be a starter at Leeds United? He can play off the left. A lot of people would argue from the Manchester United side, and especially from the Swansea side as well in his early days, that he was more productive on the left-hand side cutting in. Does that mean there's going to be more of a challenging aspect for Jack Harrison in the squad now? I love competition. I spoke about Christopher Clarkson when he came in for Ilan Meslier. I sort of didn't want an experienced goalkeeper at the end. I did at the start, but not at the end, because you want competition for every single place, and Leeds do not have that out wide at this moment in time. We're relying on a child who's not had a first team appearance yet, but has got a lot of promise, and Helder Costa, who for me is never going to start for Leeds United ever again, and this could be the end of Helder Costa at Leeds United. So I'm over the moon with the deal. I think it's a really good deal. I think it's something that Bielsa has wanted for ages. It looks like it's about 25 million altogether, so that's something that we've got to take into consideration, is Leeds meaning business. And as I said at the start, guys, it means we can do things differently. Maybe Marcelo wants to transition sometimes into the football we were playing last year, the back end of last year, when we'd sit in and then hit teams on the counter-attack. Maybe that is in Bielsa's thought process, especially when going up against the top 6 teams. That is something that Dan James can definitely improve us on. The raw pace will terrify defenders. Everyone talking about his end game, everyone talking about the product and all this sort of stuff. it puts the fear of God into defenders when you are that quick, and when you can get quality players in and around you and a manager who can coach you and believe in you and develop you and as an individual often, on and off the pitch, help you grow. That is only going to facilitate Dan James. He's only 23. We are paying for so much in the near future. You've essentially got another, if he stays at Leeds, you've got another 10 years out of him there, minimum, And I genuinely believe with the best coach in the world, Leeds United are going to be able to take this kid to the next level. I think any other logical Man United fan would also agree with that. I've spoken to a lot of Man United fans. A lot of Man United fans I know as well who work for good publications. They believe that Bielsa's going to take him up a notch. Dominic Booth, I was talking to the MEN writer, he believes he's going to take him up a notch. So is this going to be a case in 5 years' time where Man United are looking back, other top 6 clubs are looking back and going, wow, I mean, this clip might age well, it might do, and that's why it's all might, and maybes, and ifs. But at this moment in time for Leeds United, this is the perfect deal. And what I want to see is the competition aspect now. There's a lot of people talking about it being a contingency plan for Rafinha. That could be in Leeds' mind as well. Rafinha, how long is he going to be at Leeds? I'm not for one saying he's going to be leaving anytime soon, but how long is he going to be at our club? Can we genuinely turn around and say he's going to be at Leeds for the next 3 or 4 years? I don't think so. If he keeps going with this upward trajectory, and is this Leeds United long-term planning? They've been opportunistic. They've thought to themselves, this guy's on the market now. We can grab him now. Let's get him in. You look at Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. For me, Solskjaer didn't want to let him go. But his hand was forced by Ronaldo coming in, which, it's not a bad hand to be forced by, is it? But there was rumours coming out of the club that it was the hierarchy that wanted to let Dan James go. It wasn't Solskjaer, but obviously you can't have 54 forwards on your team sheet, Ollie. You've got to win a title without that. But I think overall the Man United fan reaction's been really interesting as well. Some are happy, some aren't happy, but I thought it'd be a resounding everyone's really, really happy and all this sort of stuff that Dan James has gone. I think there still is a feeling with some Manchester United fans that he's a project there and he will go to Marcelo Bielsa's Leeds United and drastically improve. Let's be right, they paid 15 million for him. 15 million for Dan James from a mid-table Swansea side. That's what they initially paid for him. So they definitely saw something in Dan James. 50 Premier League games later, guys. 50, which is great for Leeds United. He's played at the elite level, the European level as well. 50 games later, he hasn't proven it at Manchester United. But look at the players around him. Martial, Rashford, Bruno Fernandes, and all the likes, Pogba. Unfortunately, you need time, and going from that level, Swansea, to Man United, who, with the calibre of players they have, it's going to be so difficult for you as that player to hit that level. And I think a lot of Leeds fans at this moment, I'm seeing all this negativity online. The reason I'm seeing all this negativity is because I think Leeds fans are on social media, some of them, seeing what Man United fans have put about Dan James, laughing about Dan James. We'll take that out of the equation because we're not in the same stratosphere as them in terms of player quality at this moment in time. Look at the here and now. Look at where Dan James is going to improve Leeds United. As we were saying on the stream last night, at 23 years old, which is what Dan James is, he has more natural ability than any of our players that Marcelo Bielsa has improved at 23. Barring maybe Calvin Phillips or Rafinha. And that's how you've got to look at it. This kid has got so much potential to get better. He's got so much potential. And this is what Marcelo Bielsa has wanted for so long now. This is what is going to happen. So it's going to be interesting to see the team as well. Are Leeds going to be deploying Rafinha in the central role? Number 10, he's played there for Rennes. I have no idea. We don't know what's going to be going on there, but we know Marcelo Bielsa likes to employ versatility within the ranks, doesn't he? So is Rafinha going to take up another place? Are we going to see Jack Harrison move to the right and cutting inside? Are we going to see Dan James go to the left? There's no chance he's bought to just be sat on the bench. He will have wanted assurances from Leeds United. As Conor Gallagher did, he will have wanted assurances from Leeds United that he will not be sitting on the bench. He wants to be playing football. You forget Manchester United, as I said, made that £15 million bid for him, got accepted from Swansea. He went there. They saw some real promise in him. And from what I've been told, Everton were in for Dan James. That's what I've been told. Don't shoot the messenger, all this sort of stuff, but that's what I've been told. So there you go. You're getting 2 top clubs, and Man United, obviously, 3 top clubs putting the money down for Dan James. So if he's that rubbish, and if he's got that much end product, which is, that lesser end product, which is completely absent, he's got nothing there, why are these clubs putting up the money? Are Everton's recruitment team shocking? Leeds' recruitment team shocking? Man United's initially shocking? I don't know. I don't think so. I think there is something there with Dan James. He's an international, as I say, 50 caps, 50 appearances for Manchester United in a 2-year span. Yeah, he's got 9 assists, 8 goals. But where's the love been? Where's the consistency been in his performances in terms of him playing week in, week out? He's played a lot, but it's been very turbulent, hasn't it? It's been a turbulent time at Old Trafford. So when he's getting that consistency of what is good at Leeds United, you are only going to see this guy go up a level. Guys, let me know what you think. There'll be more stuff going on about Dan James later on. Will Helder Costa be leaving Leeds United in the transfer window? Where is his place at Leeds United now? Let me know what you think in the comment section below. Do you want another central midfielder in? Will Leeds United get another central midfielder in? Let me know what you think about the Dan James signing. Are you happy? Are you not? And I'll catch you in a bit.